Development. As you mentioned, Mr. Chair, we're going to be reviewing a presentation from Spring Valley Ranch, Filing 10, Final Plat. It's case number FP 22-0063. This is a request for a final plat approval for, there's 323 lots, and this is in Filing 10. And Filing 10 is actually part of Planning Area M, as in Mary, in the Spring Valley Ranch community. The landowner is Spring Valley Land Investments. The applicant representative is C.J. Kirst, and the location, it's just north of County Road 174 and east of County Road 13. Here's an aerial photo to give you a better picture of the location of Spring Valley Ranch, Filing 10. Here's a vicinity map. Gets us a little closer. You can see that's next to Filing 5, and that is Planning Area M. The process for this was a pre-application meeting on June 16th. It was back in 2022, community meeting in July of that same year. Application was submitted in October 6th of that year, and now we're here to wrap this one up. Planning Commission actually heard it on January 16th, 2024, and then here's our hearing date with you all on February 14th. Here is the Filing 10, Spring Valley Ranch shot here, the final plat. The referral agencies, this is a comprehensive list of those referral entities that went out for referral. You can see that there. Of course, the Division of Water Resources, DWR, and we've got Kiowa Conservancy District, Douglas County School District, Black Hills Energy, Core Electric, Rattlesnake Fire District is where this is located, and then a bunch of Elbert County internal departments listed there. We have review criteria for this particular application. It's Article 1C, IC of the Elbert County Subdivision Regulations. The criteria for all subdivision applications. The first one is whether the subdivider has provided evidence that provision has been made for a water supply that is sufficient in terms of quantity, dependability, and quality to provide the adequate water supply to this area, and you know, of course, abiding by all state laws and our local Elbert County subdivision regulations. The second piece of the review criteria is whether the subdivider has provided evidence to establish if a public sewage disposal system is proposed, the provision has been made for such system, and if other methods of sewage disposal are proposed, evidence that such systems will comply with state and local laws and regulations which are in effect at the time of submission of the preliminary plat or final plat. Number 3 for the review criteria is whether the subdivider has provided evidence to show that all areas of the proposed subdivision which may involve soil or topographical conditions presenting hazards or requiring special precautions have been identified by the subdivider, and that the proposed uses of these areas are compatible with such conditions. Number 4, whether the application is in compliance with the Elbert County subdivision and zoning regulations. And 5, whether the application is generally consistent with the intent and goals of the Elbert County Comprehensive Plan. When you look at the review criteria, we believe that all of the findings have been made as it aligns to that criteria. I will note that the Planning Commission did recommend approval to you, 5-1 vote. The one dissenting a vote was made due to a concern with water supply based on their interpretation. But the Planning Department here today recommends that you, the Board of County Commissioners, would approve the requested Spring Valley Ranch Filing 10, FP-22-0063, final plat. And there are conditions with this potential approval. one, the applicant will be required to remove public hearing signage within 7 days. Number two, that the final plat would not be effective until, we got fees paid and the conditions of approval are met, and the final plat exhibit is recorded. And number three, we need to see the recordation of the documents within 180 days of the BOCC approval. And finally, four, on the conditions that a final subdivision improvement agreement and SIA with surety is signed, executed, and recorded. And that wraps up this report. I'm just going to leave it on the slide here of the final plat for filing 10, so you get a good view of it here. And we're here to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Have any questions or comments for staff? Alrighty, then I'd like to invite the applicant wrap up. Now, is this a final plat with a capital F on it? Or? Yeah. Alrighty.
Okay, good. There you go.
I was wondering,
You don't look that
less than enthusiastic today, Mr.
You look super familiar to me. Anyways, it is the last final plat for Spring Valley. It's just about 25 years actually since we started the design work on this project back in 1999, and I think we got our first plat approved in 2004 or 5 or something like that. So it's been a while. But not too much to add really to Mark's presentation. Obviously, we have the water system and the sewer systems in place. We drilled a couple new wells last year. We're working on another site right now. We're well ahead of our demand for water out there. We have lots of water rights, contrary to, I guess, a planning commission member's opinion. It's kind of a bittersweet thing. You get to the end of the line as far as the entitlement process goes. It's been a long time, and we certainly appreciate all the support we've gotten over the years from various commissioners. So I guess basically I'll just, the other thing I'll say is all of the backbone infrastructure for this area is already in. The roads, County Road 174, 178, 13, they're all paved. We've run a feeder line up there from Core. We got another feeder line that we're going to be running up there from Core in the next few months that's going to service all of Spring Valley, and I guess some of the Morstead project if and when that project moves forward. So a lot of stuff going on. We also built a steel reinforced, 8-inch steel reinforced gas line with XL that we paid for. They put a new reg station in that they paid for, and so yeah, I think we've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's on this thing. If you guys have any questions, I'm full of answers.
Okay. Nor do I, other than there were a few conditions listed. Would you accept those?
Yeah, we'll accept the conditions, and I think it's all standard stuff. So, and we do have the subdivision improvement agreement. It's been going back and forth between our group and CDC and the legal department here. I think we're at the end of the line on that. I think we've got it all agreed to. So we're ready to go, and we're looking forward to getting another builder actively building in our community.
Okay. I'll open for public comment at this time, if there is any. All right, seeing none, we'll close public comment. Any final? I know you've been involved
just
for a while on this.
another question. That sub area that's what is it, 5 or whatever that's adjacent to this?
Yep.
Is it, how close to that being built out is it?
It's got a ways to go still. D.R. Horton purchased all 350 of those lots on a bulk transaction a couple of years ago. It's interesting that you mentioned it, but there's close to, I was there yesterday, I think there's close to 70 homes in the ground now, and they're selling this past week. D.R. Horton Spring Valley was the #1 selling community in the entire metropolitan area out of every community. was number one on the list, which, if, you know, when I started this thing 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you had to tell people where Elbert County was. So, you know, the vision was good. It took a long time to get to the point where we had velocity, but, you know, we've always kept the product affordable relative to Southeast Aurora and Parker and Castle Rock, and I think that's been a big key to it. And as you guys know, getting the roads in there was huge. That was a huge, huge deal. And, you know, it was a big nut for us to have to eat, but it was pretty clear that we were going to have to do it because nobody else was. So I think DR will be out there for a while yet. It's going to probably take them 5 years to build through that subdivision. What we're trying to do is keep segmentation, though. LGI's got their first foundations in over on filing 6, I think that is, over by the golf course and up on the hill. They're going to be building in the 600-700s, they're telling me. DR is primarily in the low to high 4s and maybe low 5s. Century's just a step above DR in filing. They're actually filing, they're filing 7 and filing 9. So we still have, what we're hoping to do here is probably put somebody in that'll be comparable to DR, and they'll probably, again, I think 2 builders will draw a little more traffic, and they'll have to split the sales a little bit, but we'll have a little bit of overlap. But we are trying to keep our products segmented and our pricing segmented so that we don't cannibalize ourselves.
Well, thank you. I guess I will accept a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve Spring Valley Ranch Filing 10, the final plat known as FP 22-0063.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a
With the
second.
conditions of approval.
With the conditions of approval. This would be your second still, Han?
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the filing 10 of Spring Valley final plat with conditions of approval. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. I'd accept a motion to close public hearing on this item.
Mr. Chair, I move we close public hearing on Spring Valley Ranch Filing 10, final plat, FP 22-0063.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second to close public hearing. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, we're out of public hearing. Thank you. There's no further business before us today, so I'd accept a motion to adjourn for the day.
Mr. Chairman, I move we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. It's 1:42. We are adjourned. Thank you.